unknown error occurred with the output. Oh, that's not good. Oh, wait. No, it worked.
Are we live?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Now, I don't know where the fucking chat is. That's not fun. I think I deleted it on accident. Oh well, I guess we're not going to see anybody. Damn it. Where's this chat? Hold on, stream. Give me a sec.
You're fine. I'm just goofing around the camera.
You're just being a goofy?
Yeah, I was like,
Oh, I see you. Motherfucker, bro. Well, screw it. I don't care anyway. Oh, hold on. Hide vertical. Oh, well. I'll deal with it later. If anyone has comments to read, I'll freaking worry about it later. All right, everybody. What's going on? It's your boy, Foat the Goat. I am here with my boy, Devin, who, gives his own introduction. So I'll let Devin give himself his intro.
hey guys, it's Devin.
Damn. I was really hoping for you to go like the actual it's Devin.
Oh, it's Devin.
There we fucking go. And
Yeah.
we just got the Big Brother 27 cast reveal. My goodness. I don't even remember where the hell I was, but I think I was at fucking work in the middle of a meeting and I seen the cast and I'm pretty sure I like took a bathroom break to go look at it. I don't know about you.
I think that I didn't know about it until you messaged me.
I just sent you it and you're like, "Oh, hey, what up?"
I can't be bothered.
No, I feel that. I literally was like scrolling Twitter. I was like reading football crap, and then bam.
Working hard at your job for
Very,
sure.
I'm a very hard worker. What can I say, dude? But I threw down a little bit of a slideshow for us to go through of all the cast members. I don't even remember half their names, so we're probably just gonna go down the list here.
I'm pretty sure like a quarter of them all start with the letter A. Like at least
A1, A3,
4 or 5 cast members are all A.
I don't remember anyone's names, so this is gonna be fun. But this is the cast. It's blurry on this page. It's not on the rest. But my vertical people are gonna have a problem looking at this, but everyone else in the horizontal, you're gonna see this very well. I think we're gonna. Do you see it, Devin? Do you see everything on here?
I see the bottom 8 and the neck down of the top 8, but it's fine. I know based on their clothes who it is.
Damn, you really inspected these people, dude.
Well, I mean, I just spent like 45 minutes looking at their pictures as I wrote down my initial thoughts on each person. So like, this first one is
The first one's
Calvary.
Riley.
Riley.
I think Riley's gonna be like the outdoors like hick, basically.
So like, what? Let's see. I basically, for my quick reaction, thought that was the first thing I put. Looks cocky. Like he looks like he's somebody who's gonna be like, thinks he's really good at the game.
Well, that's funny as hell that you say that because he's definitely gonna be like here. I can actually edit it. There we go. He's gonna be pretty interesting when we get to his interview part. But,
Okay, who's second?
so we got Zay. I'm pretty sure that's Zay. Fun fact: he knows Sammy from Survivor. I think they cheerleaded together.
Who is
I
this?
got good looking as my first thought. Like I think he's gonna be the good looking person of the group, the guy of the group.
This is the Isaiah.
Yeah, I think he goes by Zay though,
Oh, okay.
or it's his nickname. I don't
My
know.
initial thought I wrote down was central casting.
Central casting.
Yeah. Probably bland but good at comps. I haven't read any interviews, so this is just based off their picture for me. Like, I'm like, looks bland. Looks like he came from Cincinnati.
Oh my god. Is the next one Ashley? I think it's Ashley.
It's purple blouse.
I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah, it's
Ashley.
Ashley.
I literally thought like sweetheart, like a very she's gonna be like the very chill chick, I think, of the group.
I totally wrote down central casting again, looks arrogant.
Damn.
Like, my initial read was like, this is some woman who thinks that she is the top dog, and she came straight from central casting. They were like, you are pretty, and you're going in the big
I mean, I thought that about half of them, so I'm not gonna lie. Like Mickey, for example, hot. Like she would ruin me in that house.
Mickey, that's the next one on the list, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my initial thought was probably has a strong personality and thinks she's the smartest person in the room.
Interesting. Okay.
She came across extremely like, maybe it's just the way she's posing or like, but she has like the chest up, arms back, like strong stance.
Right. She definitely looks like strong. Like she's gonna.
Yeah,
be,
like
mentally...
very big personality. Somebody who's like, I know what I want to do. You can deal with it, or go home. Like type personality.
I believe the next one is that Zach.
It's the blue blue.
It's the baseball player.
The baseball player.
I don't remember this guy.
Yeah, Zach.
Damn, I'm on right now. I do not usually remember names well. I put down, or I had Sporty.
I wrote down most likely I think he's in control of the game. Like, looks like the one who's on the cast who's like, yeah, I know what I'm just going for it, and these people can follow along all they want. It's fine. But he's like actually kind of like in the middle of his alliance or something. He's not actually doing anything.
I literally put for Will like old timer. Like I feel like he's gonna be like the dad of the group.
I said the bland dad personality.
And then I think we have is it Keanu or Keanu? It's one.
Keanu.
I put bodybuilding gym rat.
See, I think that he's going to be a cool nerd. I'm pretty sure his profession was dungeon master.
Yeah, like he, there's a lot that I read in his. He's literally like the archetype that I always wanted to play in a game. Like, he's literally a nerd and a personal trainer.
Yeah, like I put the cool nerd. That was my initial like thought on him. Like, he's somebody who I think is probably going to be good at the game because he probably plays lots of games in real life.
So, and then Anna, I think her name is. I put Psycho.
Who, Anna? Or Ava?
Ava, sorry. Yeah, Sierra.
Ava. I literally put season weirdo, ditch the hat.
Oh, she's going to be fun. I can only imagine. And then the bottom half, we got Morgan. I literally, like, it said her occupation as soon as I seen her face, so I literally just thought gamer as soon as I seen it. She was a gamer.
I literally put, look, another bland looking person.
Damn. You just got bland all over this shit.
Yeah. The thing is like, when I looked at these people, they all, like, the ones that stand out for weird reasons and not, like, because I necessarily think they look cool. Like, there's a few, like Keanu I thought looked kind of cool. But, like, especially these girls, I feel like they're, like, until we see them on the cast, I'm going to have a hard time differentiating because there's so many brunettes. There's so many, like, I think there's only actually one.
I was literally about to just say, I have zero idea who this next chick is because she looks similar to, like, two of the other chicks.
Let me see if I can find out.
It is Lauren. Young and witty. That's what I thought. Yeah, she's basically probably $120 in that.
Okay, so here's what I put for her. looks like the girl who claims she's a girl's girl but isn't a girl's girl.
That would be a fucking twist if she if she is just in there being like the girl's girl. Literally, there's like 4 chicks that say they're a girl's girl. We'll go through them all. But next one is it?
We get that a lot though, and then the season plays out and there's not a lot of girls.
Everyone's just like, fuck the girls alliance. So you got Amy. I literally think she's a girl's girl.
Okay, so this one I literally put because her last name is Bingham.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I can think of is the show Drop Dead Diva, where the main character's last name is Bingham, and she's also like a 2-year-old woman. Except I think she's a lawyer, and this one's like, what is Amy? Amy's like an insurance agent. I mean, yeah, like, I feel like she's gonna be. I mean, the initial thought for me was like, yeah, she looks like I can't even think of the main character's first name, but the Bingham lady from Drop Dead Diva.
Right. So let's get through the rest of these with our initial thoughts real quick, because I want to spend time on everyone individually. So I believe next is Kelly.
Let's get. Who's the next?
I said Kelly's a nerd, mostly because of the glasses.
Kelly. I put she looks like the main character from Not Another Teenage Movie.
And then we got Catherine. I literally wrote who because I forgot who she was already.
Oh, I put the pretty girl.
I'm gonna remember. I'll be able to remember everyone's name at some fucking point, but I've literally looked at this cast 3 times, and that's it. Vince, I put insane.
I put no, mustache is terrible.
I seen it unemployed, and I seen the beanie with the mustache. I was like, oh boy. We got Adrian. I said young and delusional.
Bushy eyebrows. That was. He's got caterpillars right here.
And then I believe the last one's Jimmy. I think I put gay villain of the season.
I put looks like the guy who sells used cars.
I'm glad we got that same read on Jimmy. I was like, he's definitely gonna be out there for blood. I can just tell looking at him. So
yeah, let's get to them one-on-one so we can actually talk about stuff.
Oh, absolutely. So
yeah,
we got Adrian here. Adrian's the first one. Let me fix the box. I moved it for it to be better on the one screen. Okay, there we go. So y'all can't see the end of it, but that's fine. I'm gonna read off it because it's a little blurry probably for you on the verticals. But Adrian, I mean, he's been training for Big Brother his whole life, supposedly. Like, he sleeps on the floor, has wall comp Wednesdays, and eats slop. So he's been training, he's claiming. And I guess there was a video of him doing wall comps, so fuck it, right? He reads psychology books for the 3 aspects of the game, social, strategic, and physical game. And he really, like, I'm not going to lie, he probably yapped the most out of all these people and just talked highly about himself the entire time. He thinks he's the best player in the game and wants to play the 3 stages of the game, like, 24/7. And he's a carpenter. So, I mean, after I read this shit, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on Adrian, because after I kind of, like, you know, read the interview and kind of thought about Adrian, I'm personally not a fan of Adrian. I think he's delusional.
Honestly, okay, so I didn't read any interviews. I only have their name, age, occupation, picture, and, like, location.
Literally,
that's all I was going on. And literally, seems kind of bland, and then most likely for each person, and I put him as most likely to get a cutaway edit of him in the diary room. I don't get it.
See, I think Adrian could do well in this game if he doesn't, like, go in there guns blazing. I feel like he might be very
with that type of, like, interview, it does give across, like, I'm going to play 2/3 of the game in the first 2 weeks.
Right. And I
And
mean, I feel like we see it pretty often. Like, there's a young guy who either is the guy that's like, put me on the block, I don't care, or it's the young guy who's just literally an animal and everyone just keeps looking at him.
yeah, I wrote down also where I thought they would finish. I have him as a mid jury boot, so like
Oh,
seventh
so you think
ish.
he's gonna settle in and then kind of?
And then yeah, I mean at the end of the day, he just comes across like I'm just reading his facial structure, like the way he's standing and carrying himself in the picture, and then kind of looking at his job and kind of what I think, and he comes across as the person who well, based on what you've told me, he's maybe not, but he came across to me as the person who gets comfortable and then
Interesting. Okay.
they go home because they think, oh, my alliance is definitely gonna save me, but he's like obviously a more physical guy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I could see him being a little like dumb-witted almost, like
Yeah, I mean, I did get kind of goofy. I mean, I think it's his smile. Let me pull up the picture on my laptop really big. Is it his? He's on. Yeah, he's the one with the big teeth smile. Like,
yeah,
yeah. And to me, that gives off goofy. Like, not in a bad way, but like when you see somebody, you get like the first 7 seconds you make a analysis of my analysis of him was he's like because his face is doing that.
and see, I just want to make it clear to everyone, like I've only been watching Big Brother for like I think 3, 4 live seasons. Devin's been watching this shit for a very long time, so
Yeah.
he
I'm an old school like a single digits Big Brother fan.
he looks at these characters and he's like analyzing them as Big Brother players. I look at them and I'm just looking at them as players in general. So like the way that I just keep like after I heard like listened to his interview, summarized it, like did all that, I kind of was like he's either to me gonna be either a quick boot just to like, get the fuck done with this, like the kid type vibe, or he's gonna make it for probably a while. I could definitely see either.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if he can play off goofy, like he might, or just because people, even if he is slightly physical, people might be
Right.
like, oh, we can outsmart him later. But if he tries to come across really smart and he's obviously one of the more physically fit guys, like he's toast.
Yeah, I think we agree on him. You ready for the next guy? Our next character?
Yeah, our next house guest.
So our next house guest is Amy. She's 43. I believe that's California. She's an insurance agent. And a few of the tidbits I got, I tried to summarize them all for you, Devin. Not
Yeah.
because some of them yapped for a long time. Amy gave me a good one, so she didn't yap too long. But she wants to have the woman's backs, so she's extremely like into the girl alliance vibe. She talked a pretty good amount of time about how she wants to be like a girls alliance and actually successfully do it. Woman empowerment's huge for her. Her strength is that she can read people, and her weakness is that she yaps too much, basically. So she pretty much knows she's a talker. Her son told her no because he's a big fan of Big Brother, but she doesn't give a shit if she's in a showmance or not. Like she's down for one, which is funny as hell coming from a 43-year-old woman who's going in a house with probably just 20 and 30-year-olds. Mama Bear, she wants to be like the mom of the house.
Oh, I thought it said her son said no, Mama Bear.
Oh no, sorry, those are two different lines. So she's down for a showmance, but her son told her
Oh,
do
but he
not
said
get
no.
in.
Okay.
Yeah. She's afraid of the comps, like like competing in them, and her biggest thing that she thought was hilarious, like in her career of watching, she stated that she cannot believe Mackenzie basically gave Chelsea the win in Big Brother 26. She hates the move with her entire life. So, what's your thoughts on Amy out the
Okay, so
gate?
based on what you just told me, I mean, in order to run a female alliance, I do think that the Mama Bear role is the best role. You have to take over a matriarchal role to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But that strategy is it's more of a Survivor than it's like we've seen
Right.
women's alliances in Survivor do well. We have never seen a women's alliance in Big Brother do that well.
Right.
The closest thing is the friendship, but it had a few men in it. Bo was in it, but so as much as I want her to do well because that's something that we haven't seen, I don't necessarily think that that's a strategy that going in is going to be very strong. She might need to lay low and then pick that up towards the jury phase.
Mm-hmm.
If she wants to try to do that, I have her listed as most likely to say, I don't think anyone understands me and what I've went through. I got Karen vibes from her.
Karen vibes. I did not get Karen vibes. I'm not gonna lie. She definitely gives me like the cool mom that goes to the winery like type vibes.
Okay, I mean that's better, but like I still think that like in this game, whenever they put like the majority of the cast under 20 in their 20s, and then everybody else like 2 or 3 that are above 40, like they come in and then they just have a hard time building those early connections. So I have her listed as either an early boot or a late jury boot. So she's either going to be out in the first couple rounds or she's going to be like the 4th or 3rd place finisher.
No, see, so I agree with the second part of that. I think she's gonna be in the game for a minute. Like I personally think she's gonna be in the jury-ish phase, like probably around
I can see
halfway.
it because I do think that she will come across very unthreatening, as long as she doesn't try the female thing too early.
Yeah, my entire thing with her is I think she's in a like she knows she talks too much, and she knows like her game plan, which is pretty unique compared to all the other contestants' game plans. So I think she's gonna realize that pretty quickly and adapt. But I mean, we'll see what happens, obviously. But I think that she, being an agent, to me, is like a very good strength in Big Brother. Like being able to like talk to various
Well, you have
people.
to talk to people one-on-one.
Exactly, and she literally does that to like sell things, like sell an insurance plan. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I think her best strategy if she wants to do the girl thing is let things play out naturally. But anytime she has the option to try to get a male evicted, go in and say like, do we actually want to have all these physical threats at the end of the game? Like things that are like subtle but doesn't show that she's actually just trying to keep the women. Kind of trick people, and then once there's like more women in the house than men, just be like, hey, we've never had a female alliance that goes, and we actually have the power to do it.
Yeah, she needs
like that.
She needs to not do it right off the bat. I agree. Like she needs to let the game play, and then kind of work with the women, that are still around, and do it from there. I agree.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Amy's gonna be a fun house guest for sure. I definitely like the pros we've talked about. Definitely see her if she just goes off a little too fast. She could definitely throw herself in a bad spot.
Yeah. I kind of feel like, we're kind of in the idea that she's somebody who, as long as she stays a little bit under the radar early, she'll go pretty deep.
Yeah. All right. So the next house guest we got is Ashley Hollis. She's 25, originally from Chicago, but she lives in New York now, and she's an attorney. She's been watching since she was a little girl, so she's a long-term fan. She has a few big things basically in her past that she believes are going to help her in this, and it's pageants, her track, and athletics and modeling. So, I mean, for a 25-year-old, she's been pretty busy. She believes she will be under the radar strategically, so that means she thinks people are going to look at her and not think strategy. Which, to be fair, looking at her, a 25-year-old in general, I don't think attorney right off the bat. She actually calls herself a strategic assassin. That's her nickname she gives herself. And she believes she's very good at finding the truth, which goes along with the job, so I tend to believe her. She's relying on her ability to just have a good social game. And she believes that she gets close with people quick. She only wants to win comps, though, if they're needed. So she's kind of sounds like she's going to be a 50-50 comp type player. and basically gonna only allow a showmance if it's her own. So like she doesn't want a showmance at all in the game except for hers, if happens. And her weakness is her empathy. So I want to hear your thoughts, like on Ashley as a character, like a house guest.
Okay,
First.
so like getting to hear her bio stuff, it does change my view, but I still have like this one thing that I really see with her. First off, I do have her listed as most likely to be in a showmance.
I could see it depending on her. Like
the big thing with Ashley is she gives me the girl that the other girls don't like vibe.
Interesting.
Like, if there's a girl that gets ostracized for being too pretty, it's gonna be Ashley. And I think it comes down to looking at these things, like, I didn't know she was in pageants or whatever. I didn't know she modeled. But these archetypes in Big Brother do garner some bitterness from certain types of players. And I can see her being, like, probably very well liked by audience, but maybe ostracized early by the other girls in the house. And it could lead her to being an early jury boot, like 11th, 10th place.
And I like the comment you're making because like I look at it from the viewpoint of like how a Big Brother is literally strictly based on who you're in with. Like, and just looking at the players she's playing with, for example, like the girls, I could absolutely see like half of them just not liking her because she's young and pretty right off the bat.
Yeah. I mean, and then I'm going to assume she's not going to tell them she's an attorney. The big thing is if she comes across very smart, sometimes like when you're very intelligent to certain people, you'll come across really arrogant.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because you're so sure of yourself, because you've had success throughout your life. And so I think she needs to like, if she wants to have a good run, her best bet is going to be go way under the radar and maybe like not focus on the pretty part of her personality. Like kind of just let herself exist long enough to get deep in the game and then turn up what she knows about the game to have that strong end game. Like that's what she needs to do. I'm just hoping that the other girls let her have a chance to do it.
And it almost sounds like X to me, in a way, from Big Brother 23. That was my first like live watch ever because he's an attorney and he kind of flew with the crew for, I would say, probably the first half of the game and then basically ramped it up with the cookout. So I mean, like I 100% like believe that that's exactly what Ashley's gonna have to do in there. I mean, when you're young, hot, and like smart, it's a
triple threat.
Yes.
It's literally a red flag after red flag that you need to take me out of this game.
And I mean, we have guys in this house that like I could see her being in a more male, like included.
Like one of the only like one or two girls in an all male dominated alliance.
Especially if the girls, because there's quite a few of them that are girly girls, quote quote. If they're around long enough, I don't know if she's gonna blend in too well with everyone.
I can't think of the actress's name, but she looks so similar to the girl who plays Iris West on The Flash.
Okay, I can see that.
I don't know if anybody watching knows what I'm talking about, but she looks like her, and she's probably one of the prettiest people like on The Flash, if not the prettiest person to watch on The Flash from a like eyeball standpoint of just to stare at. So like I said, she's somebody that based on her bio, I want her to do well, but I do have that hesitancy because there is like what I call like the bitter girl tragedy of the season where they vote her out because she's pretty.
I could see it, no, because I have her as a pre-juror. Like I don't think she's gonna make it. Like she almost is the player that I think is gonna go right before the jury. That's where I kind of had her at.
Yeah. And it's also going to depend on who gets the HOHs.
Yes, that's also true. Like this game's very like, it's not like Survivor where a tribe wins and the other tribe just goes and then they have to battle it out. It's literally a game of who's the HOH? Do they hate you or dislike you or want you gone and put you up against one other person? You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
it's all.
I mean, we probably need to get going because we only got 1 hour and still 13 people.
No, you're right. So we'll kick it off with Ava. 24 from New York, basically. She's an aura painter. Still don't know what that really is. But, I mean, she said she paints the auras she gets about people. So, like, she looks at someone and just paints. Uh, she also teaches art, so I'm assuming, she's making her money from both. She's playing because she's broke. She probably gave the funniest fucking video, so I mean, she has that going for her. Her aura is her strength. Her weakness is her emotions. So she's not gonna take crap. So she's gonna go off if someone pisses her off. Believes she will always be known to everyone as like the strong '60s Italian strong woman. She watches, but it's not like a super fan. Her brother got her to apply, and she doesn't give a shit. She'll backstab anyone. So, I want to hear your thoughts on her specifically.
Okay, so like, I don't know if you have, but like us who've watched all the seasons from like the beginning, this archetype time and time again, we've seen it done good once with Nokomis. But normally this archetype of like the artsy kind of alternative girl is destined to flounder in the game. Like I have her as most likely to be Caitlin Herman. If you don't know what happened to Caitlin Herman, she basically fell backwards into an HOH, botched her entire game in week 2, survived one extra round and went home in the fourth round. And was probably one of the most iconic pre-Jerk reboots of all time. But so like I expect good TV from this girl, but her chances of winning, I would say, like taking a Survivor quote, she has 0 chance.
Damn.
0.
I like it. All right, Devin's got strong opinions on her.
Yeah.
So
I love this archetype. It's such a fun person to have in the house because they're playing a completely different game from everyone else. But like their game, it gets like a lot of people are just like over it because like they're always talking about, oh, your aura is so red and you need to calm down and like, girl.
She's literally like the glitter girl from last season, basically, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Like. So I have her as a pre-jur reboot.
I also, unfortunately, have her as a pre-jur type player. I mean, I just keep looking at the cast, and I'm like, I just don't... Like, again, this is all just perceived looking. I'm, like, just looking at the cast, and I'm like, I really don't know, just off looks and knowing their bios, who will be, like, really able to connect with Ava. She seems like she's going to be, like, the emotional... train wreck almost, like one person pisses her off and she turns into Angela.
Yeah.
So like I just don't.
I can see this girl. I mean, tell me if you can see this. You can see this girl on like week 2 or week 3. She's been under the radar. She goes into an HOH comp that's literally a shoot, wins it and botches it. Like, just completely ruins her game. She is the #1 target for the whole house going into the next week. She goes home in a unanimous vote. The week is just like a disaster after disaster for her. Like, I can see it. Like, I'm not psychic, but I see the future with this one.
The only thing that gives me hope is that she's a New Yorker and that she has street smarts. That's the only thing that gives me a little hope.
But they don't. Like, I hate, like, sorry, New Yorkers, you all are very rude. I'm from Kentucky. And when I went to New York, everybody just looked at me, glared, and then if they did say anything, they were like, "Are you from Georgia?" And I'm like, "No, Kentucky."
Georgia?
Yeah, seriously, that's how New York went for me.
Poor little small town Kentucky boy.
Manners is not their strong suit. I mean, to be fair, with that many people, like, how can you be super mannered?
I mean, that's why I say, like, the New York street smarts is, like, you're on the move. You're supposed to not take things to the next day, but it sounds like she's a little more emotional than that. But we'll see. I agree. I think she'll be fun TV, and I think we'll leave it at that. So our next guy is Clifton Will Williams, 50-year-old man from the Carolinas, basically. He moved from South Carolina to North Carolina. He's a college sports podcaster, and I believe he also is the host of the speaker of a basketball team, college, like a team in the college that he lives in. So I'm assuming North Carolina. He gives his nickname as Captain Will. He's a 22-year-old vet that he's not going to talk about. He believes his life experience is basically better than everyone's because he's older. Wants to embrace the dad role, so kind of like Amy with the mom role. His strategy is an interesting one. He wants like a 5-man basketball team alliance, basically. And he wants himself to be the captain. And he wants the remaining players to be 2 women and 2 men. And he hopes that they're all different types of roles. So like alternate girl, emo guy, whatever. Just wants them completely different to mask himself. He doesn't give a shit. He wants to win every comp. Doesn't have weaknesses. Literally said that. And he wants to be a team relationship builder. So, I want to hear your thoughts on Will.
So he's going to be a pre-jury boot. Like, I have him as most likely to say I don't want, or I don't know if I want to be here, or most likely to say I'm going to miss my family, or I miss my family. You know what I mean? Like, he comes across to me different from my initial to the bio. The initial one made me think he's somebody who could, if he doesn't do these things, may go far. But like, if you go up to people and you're like, I'm gonna draft you into my league, like, okay. I mean, everybody's gonna say yes, but like, they're gonna think, well, we're saying yes to him. If he gets HOH, we're gonna go with it. But if he doesn't get HOH and he ends up on the block, like, he's going home. Like, he doesn't think he has weaknesses. I'm sorry, sir. Like, you are the oldest member of this cast, and this is nothing against old people. Like, but you need to realize you have a generational gap between you and the other players.
Yo.
If you don't think that's a weakness going into this game, you are delusional, because these young people will throw their mom and dad out on the stoop outside in eviction night and not think anything of it.
So that's literally the weakness I was going to touch on that I can see him having, is literally being like just the older person of the game. Like, literally the next closest in age is 43, and then it drops to like the 30s. I mean, so from what I was reading his bio, he actually states in there, funny enough, that you give him this as your most. He hates that people go in the game and quit because they miss their mom and they miss their parents. He hates this. And
well, if he does it, then it's irony.
And then, yeah, I was about to say, I bet you he pulls a Kenny and does that shit too.
That was the vibe I got, was like Kenny, or like, I mean, my hopes would he be like, if he comes in and he's just embraces being the older guy and is funny, he could have an arc similar to like a Chicken George or a Cliff from 21. Like, these older characters who kind of manage to bridge that gap. But if you come in and say, listen, I'm the old guy and I'm going to draft you on my team because I'm a sports person and we're going to win all the comps, they're going to throw you on the bus if your alliance gets turned out. They're going to be like, oh, that Daddy over here wanted to put us all in all.
So this is going to shock you because I have a complete opposite, like where I put them. I look at this cast and I almost think that they're just going to fucking shoot guns at each other the entire time, these young cats. I actually think Will could go far in this game. And I think it's going to be because he's going to be forgotten almost throughout the first few weeks. and he's gonna get into an alliance, and I think he's just gonna kind of ride it to Final Five until he gets Sareed. So that's
Yeah,
just what I think's gonna happen.
I mean, that's the arc. I hate saying it like this. It is very hard to be over 38, maybe 37, and get to the end of the game.
It is
Because
because you
you
just
look
don't relate like you don't. It's that age gap. You literally
well, also,
need to have like a perfect trio at minimum final seven as an older player that you just completely relate to and you completely like trust.
yeah. I, I'm hesitantly optimistic if he can manage the game, but right now, it will not shock me if he is an early boot.
That's fair. I think we can leave it there just to
Yeah.
keep pushing this along. All right, next up we got Isaiah Zay Frederick, 23-year-old. So I think he's the youngest man. He's from Kentucky, lives in Utah. Salesperson, so he's basically a salesman. A little bit about him and his bio. He believes he's the most like rounded player, so can do everything pretty mid. Believes adaptability is his best weapon, and that goes into his zero strategy. He's literally going to go in there and adapt.
Okay.
Believes showmances would put him in jeopardy, so he actually doesn't want one at all. He believes he'll be a hero type player, and it's mostly because he believes that to get votes at the end, he needs to stay hero-y. Um, Wants to chill out in the challenges, so he doesn't want to just go in there and do well. He's not bringing up at all that he's a salesman. I think he said something about he just graduated or something that he's gonna use, and then he also stated that his strength will be like he doesn't he's not afraid at all to make a move is what he's believing.
I mean, it kind of falls in line. I've literally put he's an attractive guy, but he comes across like a more bland personality. I mean, there's always the character who's like very conventionally attractive, but ultimately
Mm-hmm.
like they get a lot of confetti. I literally have him as most likely to get multiple or most likely to get a lot of unnecessary confetti.
Yeah.
Like he seems like the person they put on the screen just for because he's attractive. Because I do think he's one of the top two or three more attractive men on the cast. He'll probably be decent at comps. And I actually put finalist question mark as his, and
That's
it's
so
mostly
funny you say
because
that. I
because the archetype he falls into tends to get drugged to the end because they're they're palatable to many people in the sense that like he can save them with the comps. He's probably loyal. He is going to be a bros bro, but he's going to be really sensitive with the girls. Like
so he's a cheerleader also.
yeah, I mean, is he gay? Is this our token? Like, no,
It
seriously, like,
it's funny because on Twitter everyone's been talking about is he gay or not, and I actually think he's straight for the
I
record.
mean, the thing is like at the end of the day, he comes across as somebody who's going to be very good socially. He's going to have people wanting him in their alliances. He's not going to have to go out and make any like very Cody Calafiore type of character.
Yes, I literally have him as either very specifically too. He's either first boot or final four. That's literally what I have for him.
Yeah,
And I don't know. He knows Sammy from Survivor, like I said earlier, so it already makes me think that Sammy's talked him up a little bit. I feel
and
like he already gives me like good, well-round person. Like he didn't even need to
yeah,
say he's all rounded. I literally can just look at him and I'm like, the dude's probably good at most comps, good at being social, good at being smart and well-rounded, and the mind part of the game. Like I think he's gonna go in there, and if he doesn't get Angelo'd right out the gate or like just good-looking, young, threatened off the bat, absolutely see him just kind of
yeah.
riding a wave.
Have we heard? Did you hear him speak?
I didn't listen. I didn't have time.
Okay, well, if he has the accent, like we talk about it all the time, the Kentucky accent with me. The one thing that positively that comes from that is usually people assume you're not as smart. That could work in his favor.
So you think a Kentucky accent could kind of?
Yeah, I mean, it's if you've watched all these shows, like people from Kentucky traditionally do decently well. Like I think fifth place is usually a good spot where Kentucky people usually go out, but usually they're in a different archetype other than this one. Like I think of Kentucky Joe from Survivor, Donathan from Survivor. They both placed fifth. I mean,
yeah, Donathan almost went home first too. So like, yeah.
Like yeah, it's an arc. Nick from Survivor, he won. I mean, this archetype. If he has that strong country accent, people are not going to take him as seriously. And then he's in this mold of the like good old boy archetype. That I think this is the most prominent potential finalist that on the list.
I think we can leave it at that because that's a good. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Jimmy. Jimmy's 25. He's from Florida originally, but now lives in Washington. He's an AI consultant. So he's another yapper, so I had to really try to condense his bio. He comes from a world of manipulation. His ability to be self-aware and confident is his, like, I guess, strong suit. Basically believes he has every skill needed to play. I try to condense that into one sentence because he spent probably 20 minutes talking about his skills. Believes in his ability to connect from his past life experience. So as a 25-year-old, he really thinks he's experienced a lot. He's here for strategy and to win, period. Like, he doesn't basically going in there not giving a fuck about anyone but the money. He says this line at least 5 times. Strong strategic background personally and professionally. His weakness is that he's too trusting, so he thinks he could get blindsided. And he personally thinks of himself as a villain, but others will tend to think he's a hero type vibe. So, I'll tell you my thoughts real quick because it's not a lot. I think he's going to be a pre-juror, personally. I don't know. He just gives me... The Florida and the DC relationship already give me a red flag. And I think he's going to be a very... I believe him in the fact that he's going to be a villain. And I believe it also in the fact that he's going to get people... He's going to be... people are going to be pissed at him, I think, at some point. Like, rubbed off the wrong way.
Yeah. So, I have that he looks like a used car salesman. And that's traditionally a villain, like, archetype in real life. Like, everybody says, like, oh, in a negative light. It's never used in a positive light.
Right.
I literally have him listed as most likely to make multiple Final Twos and get done dirty. And have him as a pre-juror. And here's the thing. He's giving off, if you watch Big Brother 10, he's giving off Brian vibes. You know.
Okay, never watched that one.
Well, like, he was the first boot.
Okay.
He came in super strong, thought he was running the house, and then the whole house just was like, screw this guy, and put him on block and send him home. Like, that's the vibe this guy gives me. He thinks he's, and like, right here, the part that you read, thinks he's the villain, but others think he's the hero. So this is his thoughts on his thoughts about himself and other people's thoughts. And sorry, within the little, like, minimal information I got looking at him, I thought villain. Mm-hmm. And I think I tend to have decent reads on people. And if I get that easily of a villain vibe off of him, like, that tells me he thinks that's what other people think, but he actually is wrong about it. I think most people will assume he's slimy and, like, squirmy and not somebody they can trust. So I think you're right. I think this is a definite pre-jury move. This is somebody who I don't have any chance of making it past week 2 or 3.
Wow, that's a strong like that's a strong comment for sure. I mean, I'm not disagreeing because I obviously think he's gonna be a pre-juror. Do I think it's 100% under week 3? I don't know. I think there is a chance for him. I'm giving him like 15% chance here that he makes it past the
I'll give him
jury.
2.
And I just keep looking at this cast, and I'm like, if he's able to pull in these alternative type players or house guests,
He won't.
which I think that's well, I'm just saying I think that's how he's gonna approach this game. He's not gonna go to the sexy women. Well, I guess he could. He was gay. Like the gays tend to, be chatty with the women more. But I don't think he's gonna be a bro, and I don't think he's gonna really like click.
Oh, he's gay too?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, as a gay person, I'm allowed to say this. Being gay, there is I mean, is it fair? No. But is it true? There is a preconceived notion that gay people are sneaky.
Okay.
It's just there, and then you add the fact that he thinks all these things about himself, and he, like, to me, comes across like a used car salesman. I think it's just a disaster waiting to happen.
I give him some hope personally because I actually want to watch this guy play. He is another player like kind of like.
Oh, he's gonna be entertaining as all get out. But yeah, I mean, I hate saying it like this. Being entertaining, if it's not in the DR and it's in the house, you're screwed. Like
Yeah.
you can be entertaining in the DR all you want.
Yeah, it's just unneeded attention. I totally get it. I almost feel like
Yeah.
Jimmy's the type of player I feel like would do way better at Survivor versus.
Yeah,
Big Brother.
or he can actually be squirmy and still be decent for the tribe to keep around, good at challenges or decent at challenges, or he's like what he's found the idol and
Right.
he's like people are like in Big Brother. I just feel like once you get tainted early, it usually falls apart. And he seems like somebody who might kind of drop his dominoes early. And even if he survives a round or two because of a veto or something, the moment that they have the opportunity they're going to.
And I think we can conclude him there because I think we both
Yeah.
are pretty agreeable here that slight chance. I don't even say slight. You think no chance. I think minimal chance he makes jury round.
I'll give him 2% chance. 2%.
So that's extremely slight. All right. So next up, we got Catherine, 23 years old, Georgia born, South Carolina living. She's a fine dining server. She believes her fine dining and PR background, because that's what she got her degree in, public relations background, will help. She wants to be everyone's friend, so her strategy basically is go in there and click with everyone. And then after a while, basically infiltrate little groups. So she kind of wants to be sneaky at one point. She believes she'll be underestimated because she's young and witty. Strength, again, she looks like someone that won't be taken out early. Weakness, she believes she's too trusting, which is a theme with this fucking cast for some reason. She literally says she's fine being viewed as ditzy and wants to be genuine.
That's good.
She's not actively looking for showmances, and she claims she's a big fan but has only watched for a year and a half. So she probably binge watched.
I mean,
Big
but
Brother.
it fits into that archetype that I see her.
I mean, I see her making merge pretty well, or not merge. I see her making the jury phase personally. I would literally give her like 85% juror.
Okay, so I literally wrote down most likely used as the reoccurring pawn.
Okay.
The person who goes up, nobody votes out. She doesn't take it personally. She's Southern and, she's a pretty little girl, like the blonde. Like, she gives me Jordan vibes.
Gotcha.
I have her as a late jury boot or a finalist.
Literally, yep. I literally see her being exactly how you basically described her. I believe she's right that she might actually be looked at and basically said, like, she's not gonna let's not remove her. She's not a threat. I could literally see that in her.
Yeah, I can see late in the game, whenever the numbers are thin and there has to be a renom at the veto, she's the one that goes up as the renom and is guaranteed to stay. Like, there could be a few people who might clock that and try to get her out, but based on what we've seen so far on this cast with how trusting and loving and kind they all want to be, she's just gonna sit there and just be like, okay, y'all, yeah, I go up on the block.
Hi, everyone.
Just please don't vote me out.
I literally see Mackenzie in her. The only way she goes home early is if she's up there as a pawn and a side of the house looks at her and goes, we can't let this one be the pawn for weeks to come.
Or if somebody's like, we're gonna make a move and keep this person to screw this other person over.
Yes, like she's aligned with a group that unfortunately got put up there as a pawn for, and unfortunately just got blindsided. I can see that.
Yeah, but I think she's going to be socially insulated. I think that there are going to be a lot of people, a lot of girls, and she's probably the actual girls' girl. Like,
I could see
the
that.
one that's like, I love my girls, but she's probably going to be in a showmance. This one is, besides Isaiah, is probably my other highest, like, definitely going deep, maybe a finalist type character.
All right. I think we're good on her. Next up, Keanu. He is 33, originally from Florida, lives in Texas, and he is a dungeon master. He's been a personal trainer for 15 years. He believes being a personal trainer, the ability to work with various walks of life, basically help him very well in this game. I don't know too much about Dungeon Master, whatever that is, but
I'll explain that.
I get the fact that he explains that he plays various roles in that, so he thinks he's going to be well from that. He gives a quote, I have the social, the physical aspect of it, and the mental aspect of it, but he wants to focus on the mental game mostly. So he basically doesn't want to be perceived as obviously the strong giant like a Jonathan of Survivor. He wants to be seen as more for his mental, like his social side. Weakness is his ability to be too trusting. Again, I'm too trustful.
Why are there so many trusting people on this cast?
And I liked this. This is probably my favorite part of anyone, and it also biasly goes into my thoughts on him. He thinks being a gym rat and nerdy is unique like a chameleon. And
he's you on the cast.
I literally, I guess we'll just move into my thoughts on him. I literally think this is me. Like I read his entire bio and I'm like, I fucking love this guy. And I literally see him either going home extremely early or probably winning the game. That's literally what I think is going to happen to him.
Okay. So I have him as most likely to narrate comps from the DR.
Okay.
Because he's a dungeon master, which means he plays Dungeons and Dragons. That means he's used to coming up with stories and he's probably an extremely good talker. He's probably going to be my favorite house guest. The big thing, I also think he's probably going to be the most likely to overplay his hand. I think that he's somebody who seems very confident in himself. I don't think that he's going to be somebody who's bad at the game, but I can see him somebody who gets a little ahead of his horse.
Yeah.
I hope he goes far, but I think there's a good chance he's like the last person for the jury, or the first jury. Like somebody who they go, like, this person's in control of the game, we need to get them out. Like, I can see that archetype. And it comes down to this. He's a big, strong guy, and as much as he wants to avoid being that, he always be that. And secondly, he's obviously good socially, and it's going to come across, I think. I think people are going to find him extremely charming, and that's either going to be his golden ticket or his death wish. And I hope he goes far.
The biggest factor that I see from his bio of why I think he's going to do really well is that he basically made it a big fact that he wants to talk about game very, zero almost. Like, he wants to literally play social, and that's it. He knows he is a gamer because obviously his fucking job description is dungeon master. But his goal is to literally not be that type of strategy. He wants to literally like talk about being a gym rat, like basically like I'm a bro.
Yeah, I think opposites better. I think if he goes in and just says like, I'm a dungeon master, I run a little card shop where people come and play games, and I give people fun. You know what I mean? Like, I think that brings the target off of him because then people might be able to look at him and say, "Can you come up with things for us to do in this house when we're?" And that is something that a lot of people overlook. But you got to think we only see 3 to 4 hours a week of these people, but they're in there 24/7. So having somebody who's creative and can be like, "Oh, we're going to play this game," but then it can become a danger because towards the end of the game, people are like, "Oh gosh, like if he gets the end, he wins."
I literally could see him working with two specific people, Mickey and Morgan, and we can talk more about them obviously when they pop up. But Morgan's a gamer and Mickey is the flirter. I 100% see Keanu possibly working with one of them at minimum.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I think all three of them are going to do really good. But
I can see him working with I can't remember her name, Kentucky or not Kentucky, Catherine.
Catherine, yeah.
Kentucky Catherine. And the reason is those types of people who are real Southern tend to be like I know a lot of people in like my area. Like I feel like I'm on the edge of the southern states. They tend to be very open to new things. Like they're not. They might end up being a little judgmental, but they're not somebody who's going to openly say it because they're usually like in that Christian like bless my heart, you know. So I think he's going to be somebody who like if he plays into that role, she's going to be like, okay, like he's fun to be around. Like I can coast with him. So I think Catherine and then maybe one of the guys is going to be
yeah. And I mean to be the caveat of this archetype, I definitely see him being very like because I see a lot of like me in his bio and stuff, and we've played like for example a Survivor game together. I see him trying to build a duo type thing, like be close with a dude, be close with a girl, be close with someone else, and I think he's gonna get called out for it.
I mean, nobody who's watching knows what we're talking about, but like, his best plan might be to do kind of what you did, which was team up with somebody who had a lot of experience in these types of games. Like when you did with me, and then carry with a strong female.
Yeah.
Kind of win comps with them and is loyal. And I think that's what got us to the end. I think that might be the direction he might need to take. He might want somebody who's a little bit more.
I think him and Will get along. Now that I'm thinking about it, I can see that.
He needs somebody who's going to be cool, calm, and collected, but strategic and like easygoing, like he is.
Yeah, and I think for sake of time, I know we could probably talk on this guy for a minute, but
yeah, we need to keep going. We still got like 5, 6, 7.
I think we have half. I think we're at the halfway point, which is good.
We got 30 minutes to get through 8 people.
I think we've been making pretty good times. I think we'll hit it right before 8.
Yeah.
Kelly Jorgensen, 29, Maryland. She's a web designer. First thing I got from her is that she has farmer's grit, which I don't think you know what grit means, but she basically is like, I don't fucking stop. I just keep going. Like being a farmer's girl, like she didn't complain. She kept going and did her best and like never stopped basically. She's a traveler to 42 countries and she goes by herself. She believes her social skills and her ability to read others is her best attributes. Her weaknesses is her ability to compete in challenges. She does not think she'll be very good in them. Wants to keep her businesses a secret, so she kind of wants to not talk about her like business of designing web like browser or basically making companies on the web to people. She wants to be everyone's hype girl. So literally wants to cheer everyone No plans going in. She's kind of on the go like Zay, and she wants to do that so that she can kind of prowl us later in the game. She literally says she wants to go basically until jury without doing anything really.
I mean,
And honestly, I didn't have a lot of hope for her, like based off the first like look. But after I learned more about her and I learned that she has a personality, because I don't know why I look at her and went, oh no, but she looks like she's been out there a bit,
yeah.
and I mean she's smart. She creates fucking businesses and helps people run them. I definitely see her as like the nerdy girl that makes it a good amount of the way. Maybe not like past 7, but I think she goes for a good amount of time and then gets cut for being a threat.
Um, so I have her as most likely to have the tag in the episode, but has no lines. Um, she looks like the girl from Not Another Teenage Movie. I don't know if anybody's seen that movie, but like it's a parody movie and it's really funny. And the main character looks like her and is super funny. I actually have her as a late jury boot. I think she's gonna be like 4th, 5th place.
Yeah.
And the reason is I feel like there's somebody else that I have is most likely to fall under the radar, but she's somebody who I think could fall under the radar
Absolutely.
naturally.
Yeah.
Like this person I think is strategically going to try to do it. I think this is somebody who, if they go in and she's just funny, kind of goofy, knows a little bit about the game, she's going to go far just because she's not a threat. She's like, this is a girl that you take out at the end of the game because you're like, oh, it sucks, but somebody has to go.
Yeah, that's kind of why I put her at like 7th, 8th, because I 100% see her just being cool, calm with everybody. I literally see her like she's not gonna be annoying, is what I'm getting at. Like I looked at her at first and I went, oh, she could be annoying a little bit, but then I learned about her a little bit, and then I went, okay, like she's gonna probably be a friend to a lot of people in this house, but not like.
She might be, based on the fact that she goes to places by herself, she could be like the more introverted person on the cast that doesn't talk a lot.
And that's why I also agree with you.
Because she knows how to entertain herself by herself, so she doesn't need it. And that sometimes can help you if you survive the first couple of weeks, because then people are still interested in you because they don't know a lot about you.
Yep.
But they also sit there and think like, you know, she doesn't bother me. Like being in this house doesn't like she doesn't like hurt my living space because she stays to herself and she's very composed.
And this is why
I have high hopes for her.
Yeah.
I just don't know how interesting she'll be.
And I think she's like this is how funny it is comparing Survivor to Big Brother. I think she'd be a not good Survivor player. I think she'd be a very good Big Brother player because I know that she can kind of go with the flow for a while. Whereas in Survivor, you're kind of trying to build connections immediately, and it doesn't sound like she's gonna be that quick to do that just off what I read. But I think she's gonna go far in Big Brother because I don't think people are gonna look at her and go, "Oh, she's not a threat to me. She's not annoying. She's cool. Like, just let her go." You know what I mean? Like, we'll talk to her more, learn more about her, blah blah blah.
Okay, I think we need to keep moving because we got 25 minutes and 7 people still to do.
We're good. We'll do this.
Is this Lauren?
Lauren, she is 22. Louisiana. Is that Louisiana? L.A.
Yeah.
Bridal consultant. So she's very competitive. She wants to be the super sweet Southern belle. Gets close with everyone, and she wants to play the game basically later. So kind of like our last house guest, kind of wants to, build bonds and then go later with them. She's been a long time fan. She's literally been watching with her parents, so she's very into this. Loves competitions. Her weakness is her empathy for others. She's cool with the showman's happening. She believes in her ability to get close with others. And she wants to use her youth to her advantage, which means she wants everyone to look at her and go, oh, I'm a little girly. Like, I'm fun. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I don't have too much for her because I see her kind of going, I wouldn't say early, but I wouldn't say jury, personally.
I have her at early jury.
Yeah, I think she's going to, I think she's gonna pair up with the wrong fucking person or something and just go home.
Well,
That's literally how I see her game going, just based off her bio.
she's the one that, like, you gotta think, when I typed this up, I didn't have any bio information. Just based on her looks, she was the one that I said thinks that she's a girl's girl but isn't.
Yeah.
I think she's going to be a lot more catty than she thinks she actually is, and I put her as most likely to watch her HOH.
That's actually funny. I literally could see her like winning an HOH week 1 or 2, and then it's like just downhill for her almost.
Yeah, like I don't know if she goes out immediately after, but like nobody trusts her afterward.
And the only reason why I think so strongly of this is because she's very into the Big Brother game. Like she has watched this her whole life. So I unfortunately think that might fuck her over. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, somebody on the cast is like inevitably gonna be one. It's either usually it's a female, like it can be a male, but it's usually like she seems like this person who's like I could see her not liking the pageant girl or the other Southern girl or like the strong personality females. I can see her maybe with the men, but I also see her as the person that when the men start to dwindle into like get rid of their own, her being like the one that they send home to like appease the rest of the house.
Yeah. I think we can leave her there at that one.
Yeah.
Next up, my personal favorite, Mickey. She's 35. She's 35. She's from Florida but lives in Georgia, and she's an event curator, whatever that is.
She organizes charity events for birthdays or weddings.
Gotcha. Okay. I said she has experienced it all, girly to rough, because she explains it as she like does variants of being like a tough girl and then variants of being girly. She dominates in a city full of men, word for word. That's what she said. She will be charming and neutral. Wants to be someone nobody pays attention to off the gate. She's a girl's girl, she says. She believes she will find a man in Atlanta whenever she wants, so no time for a showmance. Genuine and flirty is her strength, but she's emotional. And she wants to hide her athleticism.
I know that this is your favorite, but I literally wrote her as first boot.
Damn.
I put her as in trouble early and the most likely to say, I don't know what's wrong with these people, they don't listen to me. It's her stance, and I'm just going to be straight up. It is the way she is standing. Crossed arms, it's closed off. She's shoulders back, it's confident. Like, she comes across saying she's a girl's girl, I believe her. But I don't think other people will believe her. I think a lot of the girls will think she's not a girl's girl. I think that this is somebody who, like, if she wants any chance of going deep, has to keep her emotions and her face from reading as, like, catty.
Right.
Or mean, or, yeah.
I mean, so I really like her, but the thing is, I also don't have her like as my winner pick or anything. I agree with you. I think she could be a very early boot. I literally put her down as first juror. That's kind of where I thought she'd go.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna. She sounds like the type of person that's gonna actually. Like, I know a lot of people say this in the game, but I actually believe her in the fact that she's charming and that she's gonna be flirty, and I think she's gonna align well in the game with like some of the guys, just knowing, like, looking at them. The reason why I think she's gonna be a first juror is because it's gonna get to that point in the game, and they're gonna start thinking about threats, and they're gonna think that she's a huge threat to go to the end of the group.
Honestly, if she goes semi-deep, I can see her being like a Davon type character. Maybe like a Shelley from Davon's first season, where she was like in a major showmance early and then got booted at the jury. But I think based on just looking at her first impressions, if she goes in and has these like it's not fair. I'm just gonna say that it's not a fair way, but it is the way that the game works.
Mm-hmm.
When women come in and they come across very confident and strong, that is never a good thing for a woman to be early in the game. Like, it sucks that that's how it is, but it does happen, and I can see her being the girl that this happens to.
And I agree. I believe we have 4 left. So now we got Morgan, 33, California gamer. She wants to be a game. She wants to keep her profession of being a gamer a secret because she believes it's going to be her attribute to the game. She's a former D1 athlete. Not a super big fan. She's only seen a few seasons. She wants to play this game basically from a video game perspective. Doesn't want to go in guns blazing, but wants to pull out strategies when needed. She plays a lot of first-person shooters and survival games, and the reason why she believes that's a huge thing is her competitiveness. She believes her gaming will literally be like, I put diversity. She, how do I word it? She really thinks that she has a lot of strategies that she wants to use, and she wants to only use like ones kind of on the go, like
Okay, so
round per round.
She basically is saying, I have strategies in mind, but I'm going to use the ones when I feel like that.
Correct.
She's going to carry her strategy.
And she's too empathetic, basically. Another trusting her emotional character for their weakness. For sake of time, I have a lot of opinions on Morgan. I think this is a house guest that's definitely not going to be a pre-juror, but I definitely think she's going to be a big-ass threat at some point in the game. A lot of people think she's going to win. If she's in the right group, like a Chelsea, I think she could. But I have a weird feeling she's going to be in a core that she's going to get. Like, I literally think she's going to be a huge blindside for the season, unfortunately. Like, she's going to be doing a good job and just get fucking sniped.
But I get what you're saying because she does fall into the Chelsea archetype, and Chelsea just won, so people are going to be on the lookout for that archetype. So I wrote another bland-looking person, most likely to strategically go under the radar.
Yup.
And will either be really good at the game or terrible at it, and will end up a pre-jury boot or a finalist.
No, I don't agree with the other part, but I definitely agree with the finalist part, 100%.
Well, my thought is this: because she's a gamer, I think that sometimes, like, it goes back to like the same thing with Keanu. When somebody plays games a lot, sometimes when they're with people who don't, they get overstep.
Yeah.
Because they are so assured that they're in control. So the reason I put pre-jury boot is because she could be that person that like is doing really well. Like, what was her name on Amara? Was that her name? From the ones, Amira?
Yeah, from 23. I know what you're talking
The one that went out like third or fourth because she was like running the girls' side of the house and like got caught and evicted immediately. Like, she's Amira. I think it's Amira. That's why I put her as potentially pre-jury because I see one or the other. I could see what you said where people snipe her out towards the jury phase because they think she's the Chelsea.
I think we can talk on her a lot, but we'll move on.
Yeah.
Riley. Riley. So he's 27, Oklahoma, professional bull rider. He believes. All right, hold on. I'll start from the top. So everyone in his family is super like into Big Brother. He's not as into it. Everyone else is. So that's why he applied. Strategy. He believes he's cool, calm, and collective. He thinks that he is like a leader in life, but not normally a follower is what he said. So that's kind of what I got out of it. But he will be one in this game, is what he claims. Like, he wants to be basically be someone he's not. Small town, big dreams. He is going to be business and kill him with kindness. That was his one quote. And then his other quote was, I've met a lot of people, and they're just like, man, I've never met a guy like you before in my life. And his weakness is pretty women.
his bio made me go down on what I initially thought. I mean, I thought he came across just in his picture looking cocky. Obviously, he's like the traditional cowboy. I put him as most likely to end up the most likely male to end up in a showman's.
I think he's going to be in a showman's 100%.
Or he's an early jury boot, so like 9th, 10th. And this is what it comes down to. Like, I'm actually lower on him after that, and here's why. I think the line, "Man, I've never met a guy like you before in my life." Have you heard that line before, Austin?
No.
Has somebody said that to you?
No.
See, I've gotten that before, and I'm sitting here thinking, how many people have gotten that told to them? Like, you're one of a kind. You're like, it comes across a little bit like Delulu to me.
I get the ego, like he's from like a small town, so he probably is hot shit there, like type vibe.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think he's gonna be a first 3 type boot per se, but I definitely see him being like the 5th to 7th type boot of the season. Like, that's where I'd put him. And if he makes it past that, and he's in a really good spot with like some women or something, he's just gonna get sniped as a blindside to her or something at some point. So like,
I can also see him being the guy, like Clay from Vanessa's season, that gives up his spot for his showman.
Yeah.
Like this, like I think he's gonna be decently likable and rootable. I don't think he's gonna be that good at the game.
So Vince is the funniest fucking one. So I think I clipped like 5 fucking quotes because you're just gonna crack up. He's 34 from Cali and he's unemployed. I think my strategy coming into Big Brother house is to compartmentalize this game down into weekly mini games. So he wants to play the game week per week, basically. Wing it, then adapt. Wing it, adapt. The wah-wah technique. So that's his strategy. I like to call myself a master of none. I'm not really the best at anything, but I'm pretty dang good at most. His strengths to him is his communication, and his weakness is that he gets excited. He hates secrets, so he's literally telling everyone everything that, like, in the terms of, like, him as a person, and, like, terms of, like, I guess what he, like, I don't know, I can't spiel that into a good way. But he says that. And his last quote, I don't even know what I'm doing on planet Earth, let alone what I'm going to do in the Big Brother house. So that's where I have to wah-wah. I think he's going to go right before jury. That's where I'd put him.
Okay, so I have quick thoughts. I have him as most likely to think he's funny, but isn't actually funny. I unfortunately think he's going to be a late jury boot, like 5th, 6th.
Oh, wow.
Because I think that everybody's going to know that he can't win the game. And his mustache, okay, I just want to say this really quickly. It is okay to have a mustache, fellas, but if you are styling it like this, we all will have those generational things where we look back and think, why did we do that? Do not do this. This is why he's going to go far, because it irritates me to look at his face.
I actually could see him being someone that, like, goes far because they think he's not going to win, but...
Like, he thinks he's doing really well, but he's literally being carried because everybody just is like...
I literally get the Joseph 2.0 out of him. That's why I say right before jury.
Like, no, sorry. Like, I don't want this guy to do well. But, like, he's probably going to do well.
And then last, well, not last, because there is a secret player, but last on our 16 is Zach. 27 from Georgia, marketing manager. Complete package in a non-cocky way is what he said. Going to continuously be moving in the game, so he's always going to, like, he's an early bird. He likes to lift in the morning. He, while people are sleeping, he wants to strategize. He's just going to be moving. Believes I have a grammatical error in the believes word, and it pisses me off to look at. But believes he will be a threat day one, walking in, just by getting looked at. And he really wants to play the fact that he was raised by a pastor, but also wants to basically get his hand held the first few weeks is what he says. He wants to let people kind of play the game and use him. Wants a crazy final two, and what that means is he wants someone that literally no one would ever expect him to work with. Strengths is that he's confident, but is also his weakness. He doesn't want to keep his entirety a secret, except for that he played professional baseball, and that he wants to play like Mackenzie, Chelsea, and Tucker all combined.
Okay. So he watched last season. That's all he's watched. Here's the thing. I have him as most likely to think he is in control of the game. And I have him as going to be blindsided, most likely to have a big fall from grace. Like, he's going to get smacked in his chops because he thinks he's in control, and somebody's going to get HOH. They're going to tell the majority of the house, we're taking him out this week. Don't let him know. Nobody's going to tell him. He's not going to get picked for veto. The veto's going to get used. He's going to not see it coming. They're going to say, you're going up. And then he's going to be like, what can I do to save myself? And everybody's going to be like, you're a dead man walking. I'm sorry. He's going to go out in the early injury phase. That's what I believe. Like,
wow.
11th, 10th, 9th. And it really just boils down to this. When I first looked at him, he fits the archetype of the person who comes in humble but gets overconfident.
So that's so funny. We haven't been extremely different on a lot of these guys, but my impression of Zach actually was I think he's gonna go really far in the game, but I don't think he has a chance in hell of winning type character. Kind of like how you said Vince is. That's kind of how I put Zach as actually. So I think he's gonna do. I agree. I think he's in control of the game, but I also think he's not gonna know that he's I don't think he's gonna know he's not in control, but he thinks he's in control. But I also think people are gonna see him as not a threat in the way of his strategy. I literally think he's gonna play with people to the point where he goes too far and he's just not making moves. Is kind of where I'm getting at. I could literally see him being the type of player like Taylor took to the end. What's his name?
Monty.
That's who I literally compared him to, personally.
There's just that initial look that somebody has, and you can tell when somebody is overconfident but able to humble themselves for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I get from him. Like, I don't think he can help it once he realizes he's in control. I think that it will go to his head.
Interesting. And I think that's all we got. I do want to ask you, though, who you think the person's going to be. The 17th.
Can I get 4 guesses?
Huh?
I have 4 guesses.
Give them.
Rachel, Eric, Paul, and Vanessa.
See, I thought it was going to be Vanessa for a minute, but I'm pretty confident it's Rachel.
Yeah, like Rachel is like here, the others are like here on my guess. Like, you know what I mean? There's like a
Yeah, I've never seen a Rachel game, so I'm really excited to watch her if it is her. But
after meeting Rachel, I'm excited to see her back again. Like,
yes,
she's a very, very good person. So, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot to end so we can watch this show live. So I think we debriefed it pretty well. I think we have our winners, and I think we have our first boot / pre-juror thoughts. The goal is to do this weekly, so you guys will see us next time on here. And yeah, I think it's time to go watch. So I'm going to get off